Welcome back to another video. This is just going to be what I'm calling a filler video. So I'm uploading this video because I'm in between projects right now, some of which are taking quite a bit of my time. So instead of just not posting the video for a really long time, I'm just going to post this video in here to give you some content because again, my channel is lifestyle, it is DIY, it is mukbangs, it's vlogs, it's a little bit of everything. So if you like these type of videos, just keep watching and maybe give it a like, maybe give it a subscribe, maybe watch some other videos, because guess what? Sis is still not getting paid. I'm still not monetized. So y'all run those views up, if you will. So what I am thinking about doing is I'm thinking about posting one video a week during the month of October, and in these videos it's going to be somewhat like a sit down, like how I'm doing right now, like podcast vibes, but it's not going to be a podcast. I'm going to be doing different things. So I may be DIYing some decorations, or I might be eating, or I might be doing some makeup, but I'm going to be sitting in front of the camera doing so. I don't have anything for this video. I was going to do some DIY coasters, but I just don't think it's a good idea to do it in the kitchen. So that idea went out the window. I'm just going to tell you this story. All of these videos for the month of October are going to have some type of horror story, and the first story is going to be one of my own. Just to let y'all know, this is just for props strictly. This mic is not hooked up. See, I got my mic kind of taped to it. This is just for props. I just thought it would be fun to hold this and act like I'm really like podcasting. I'm going to tell you the story of how I quit being a traveling nail tech after one experience. I started doing nails about, I don't know, 10 years ago. It was a while ago. It was a long time ago. I think I was straight out of college, and what was that, 2014? 2013, 14, 15, somewhere around there, I started doing nails, and I got really good at it, and I got a little list of clientele, and my name was kind of floating around within my city just a little bit. I wasn't like this big hot shot, but I had quite a few list of clients, and I was doing them from home. I did know that at the time I wanted to do nails, and nails was my thing, but I did not want to work in a nail shop. So I didn't go to school to do it because I could only do night classes because of the way that I worked. And my city where I live still does not hold night classes. Yeah, that's why I never did that. So that's why I never got a license to do nails. I just did nails. I taught myself, self-taught nail tech, and I made sure that each one of my clients knew that I was self-taught. What I really wanted to do was once I got pretty good, I wanted to be a traveling nail tech. So I wanted to pull up to different people's houses or locations or venues and do their nails wherever they needed me to. I had 2 appointments. I went to 2 places. I traveled twice. The first experience was lovely. Everything went well. But the second experience, no, never again. The first experience I had being a traveling nail tech, a friend of mine that I used to work with was getting married, and she was doing so much that she forgot she needed to get her nails done. So I think what it was is she already had like a set of nails on, but she didn't like the color that was on them, or they were bare. I can't remember, but I know she didn't have time to get her nails done. So, and if I'm not mistaken, I think she at least had nails on, because all I did was paint the nails that she already had on, and then I also painted her toes, which was specially for her because she was getting married, because I have never done feet. Wonderful experience. I got there, she was already set, ready for me to go. I literally only had to sit my stuff down, immediately started painting her nails while, she was getting her hair done, or her makeup. I think she was getting her hair done. And then right after that, I painted her toes. She paid, left me a tip. It was like so professional. She was like a professional customer because she made sure she had people that were taking care of that. So like I went in, one of her bridesmaids set me up. I set up, did her stuff. The bridesmaid paid me. I left, have a great time, you know, great experience. I was like, okay, I can do this. I like this. Boy, was I wrong. My second experience. So it wasn't and first, before I say this, if this is you I'm talking about, if you are still here with us today, and you'll get why I'm saying that in a minute. If you are still here with us today, I'm really not trying to be like nasty when I tell this story. If you just so happen to come across, I really don't remember this client like at all, but you never know who's watching you. But if you just so happen to come across this, I'm really not trying to be nasty about what I'm about to say, but it was the experience that I had with this second client that made me be like, yeah, no, I'm never doing that again, and I'll suggest anybody doing it. So I got a call from one of my coworkers, my current coworkers, and she did like home health care services or something like that, which I wasn't aware that she did that type of stuff. And she was like, hey, I have a girl and she wants to get her nails done, but you'll have to come to her because she's wheelchair bound and she can't really leave the house right now. And I was like, okay, that's fine. You know, I'm trying to get my name out there being a traveling nail tech anyway. You know, that's cool. And she sent me the address. First, she put me in contact with the girl. Then the girl sent me her address. And I was like, cool. I got all my stuff together. Got my little table. I mean, I had a whole setup. And I went to her house. Well, it was at some apartments, and the apartments that they were at were like newly built apartments at this time. Like they were like the apartments to stay in. If you stayed in these apartments, you know, you had a nice piece of change. So I judged a book by its cover, because when I stepped into the apartment, when I tell y'all I wanted to turn around and run, I wanted to find any excuse to leave, but I was just like, suck it up, Sierra. Just do this one and just get it done quick and you'll be gone. Keep in mind, this was back when, like I said, I was still kind of fresh. I was only in the game for like maybe a year or two. And, you know, I was still really slow. So keep in mind, it was taking me like maybe 3 hours to do a full set. So it wasn't the client that opened the door for me. I think it was her brother. So I walked into the apartment, and immediately to my right, there was a couple sleeping on a blow-up mattress on the floor. That's not even what bothered me, because, I mean, you got to get it how you live sometime. I'm not shaming nobody for having to sleep on a blow-up mattress. But it was just the state of the entire apartment. So the way you came into the door, you walked into the door, there was a living space to the right, like a living room area to the right, a dining room area right in front of it. Then to the left of it was a kitchen, and then in front of the kitchen was like a hallway. So I had to pass by the living room and then go down the hallway. So I had a chance to see the entire state of the house. And have you ever seen those shows where like the hoarders, when people hoard stuff? That's how it was. Like I could only walk on the pathway that I was walking on, because there were clothes and God knows what else just surrounded in piled up. So I'm like, okay, he's taking me to the room where she is. I'm assuming that she's in her wheelchair in the room. I don't, you know, because she's taking me to the room where she is. The reason why she was in the room is because not only she wasn't wheelchair bound at that moment, she was bed bound. I think she described it at the time. She had something going on with her hip or something, and she could not sit up in her wheelchair at that moment. She had to be laying down, and What it was is she was getting admitted to the hospital within by the next day. She was being admitted to the hospital, so she knew she had to go to the hospital. She had all kinds of issues that I can't remember, but she said she wanted to get her nails done and her hair done before she went to the hospital, because in her words, every time she go to the hospital she looked busted up, so she wanted to get her stuff done before she went. Okay, cool, whatever. Like I said, I ain't here to judge you, but and the state of the bedroom was the exact same state of the living room and everywhere. It was like it just looked like it looked like my grandma's room. Like, my grandma is a hoarder, kinda. Like, she keeps everything. My grandma got so much stuff that she don't have to buy gifts for Christmas. She just go through her new stuff and then give you something out her new stuff. That's how it is. But my grandma is a little more organized. This was just like stuff everywhere. So I had to kind of move some stuff away to be able to sit in a spot to then set my table up in front of me. And once I had it set up, I didn't have any wiggle room. I just had to sit like this and do nails. And to top it off, she had to give me the arm. I think she was laying on her stomach. She had to give me one arm, and then when it was time to do the other hand, she had to kind of twist and then kind of give me her other hand, and I had to lean forward and bend over, pretty much to bend down in the bed to do her nails. So I had to do one full hand at a time and then do another full hand once I was completely done with this one, because there's no way she could go back and forth like that. So that took forever. So not only, I think it took me like 4.5 hours to do this person's nails. Like, it took me so long. Part of the reason was because she was bad. She had to be in the bed, and I did not know that. She didn't communicate that with me. She said she was wheelchair bound. She did not say that she couldn't get up out of the bed that day. She knew that when she went to the hospital, she had to be transported by ambulance the next day because she couldn't sit up in the wheelchair. And I was like, I wish you would have communicated that to me. It just was an overall bad experience. I meant to say that I got this on because I ain't had nothing else to wear. I wore this the day before I got married, and I made it. So if you want to see how I made this so you can make one, then let me know. And it's a dress. Let me show you. It's a dress. So, and it got pockets. So if you want to know how I made it, just comment and then I'll show you how I made it. So overall, after that, like I said, it took me a long time. It took like 4 or 5 hours to do her nails. After that, when I got home, my husband at the time, he was my boyfriend, I told him what happened, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I ever want to do traveling services again unless it's like at a venue. But even then, it just ruined me. It just ruined the whole experience for me, because you just never know what you're walking into. I just was very uncomfortable. There was a lot going on. There was people coming in and out of the room. She needed a lot of things, so people had to come in and out to give her drinks and meds and stuff like that. And it just was a lot. Like, if she had been in the wheelchair like she said, then it would have been a better experience. But still, the state of how she was living just made me uncomfortable. And I just really did not want to be that person and be like, I can't do your nails. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be that person. I didn't want to be an asshole. So I did them for her. And then after that, I just said, I just don't want to travel to do nails anymore. I don't feel like it's worth my time. And that was, you know, the excuse that I gave her when she tried to like rebook services again, just because I didn't know what I was walking into, because she didn't tell me the first time that she wasn't wheelchair bound. So, you know, how would I know the next time? And I just didn't want to put myself through that. And you just never know what you're walking into. So just be aware of that if you are looking to be like a traveling nail tech. Like, I have never not heard a bad experience that somebody has had. And the bad experience be like horrible experiences when you do traveling services. And then you go into people's house, You don't know. The world is getting so crazy. You don't know what is going to happen. You don't know what you'll be going to be caught in the middle of. At least if you do nails at your own house, you can kind of control that environment. You can't control the environment when you go somewhere else and do nails. Even if it's at an event, even if it's at a venue, you can't control that. So just be aware of that. I would say if you are really set on being a traveling nail tech, what I would suggest is only having a short list of clientele that you can truly trust. So let's say if you have a list of 30 clients, but 10 of those clients you are very personal with, and they're almost like friends to you, because when you do nails and you do nails like, oh, you don't work in a shop. Well, sometimes even when you're in a shop, when you do services for people, period, nails, hair, it don't matter what it is, you build relationships with those people. And some of those people become really close friends. I have a really close friend. I mean, we started working together. That's how I met her. But we became really close because I started doing her nails, and I've been doing her nails since I've been doing nails. So I would say only do traveling services for those people. So like if one of those people call me and need me for a special occasion, I no longer do nails at all. But if one of those people need me, girl, I am having this and I just cannot trust, I'm here for you. But don't expect for me to start back doing nails because I can't do that. But if it's a big event or something like that, then I most definitely will go out of my way for those type of people that deserve that from me. So just keep in mind, if you are thinking about doing something like that, I would say go that route. Like, somebody is blowing somebody off the road, and I forgot about my rice. Hold on. It's in the rice cooker, but my rice cooker kind of janky and it almost burnt. Anyway, I definitely wouldn't go into being a traveling nail tech and go to a service where that's your first time going to their house. I definitely wouldn't suggest that. Get to know your clients before you give them the option of being a traveling tech. And if the people ask you, oh, I heard that you was a traveling nail tech, can you start doing mine? Just respectfully decline. Yes, I do. However, I only provide those services for the people that I have built close relationships with. If you would like to come start getting your nails done in the time being, and we develop a close relationship like that, and we get to know each other a little bit better, then I will be happy to provide those services for you. But until then, you have to understand that I cannot walk into a situation not knowing, you know what I'm saying? Like, just be respectful about it, you know? But anyway, that's that on that. That's my horror story. I'm trying to hurry up and speed through and wrap this up now because everybody has got home and the dogs are rowdy. So thank y'all for watching. Let me know what y'all think about my idea for October, and comment below and subscribe and all that good stuff. And see y'all later. Bye.